This is 2.4 extra practice. We are still dealing with inequalities, solving for inequalities. We're going to start introducing more variables on both sides, and also interesting things. As we know, when we get variables on both sides, sometimes they cancel out. So solve this inequality, graph the solution if possible. So we're going to get rid of things being added and subtracted first. We get 4a is greater than or equal to -8. Divide by 4. We get a is greater than or equal to -2. We don't have to flip the inequality sign because we divided both sides by a positive number. We have -2. We have a closed circle going to the right. This time we're going to get rid of addition and subtraction first. We get -c/2 is greater than -2. We're going to multiply both sides by a -2. It's being divided by 2, plus we get rid of the negative in this step also. This is c. This time we are going to flip the inequality sign, and we get c is less than 4. We'll graph that. 0, 4, open circle going to the left. This is a good one. So high school, so we could just divide. We don't have to distribute. That's less efficient. We can do this because 8 is a multiple of -4. So we get let's not do it in 2 in green. -2 is greater than or equal to. We still divided both sides by a negative, so we have to flip it. And that gets rid of the -4. And look how efficient that was. That is really nice. So D is less than -3, no, less than or equal to 0, -3, closed circle going to the left. So students, take note right there. That's a nice, efficient way. We could still do this. Oh, this 3. -3 can be divided by that. How do I know? Because 1 plus 0 plus 2 is 3, and 3 goes into that 3. So that would give me -3.4. We're going to flip the inequality sign. Z plus 1. We'll subtract 1, and we get -4.4 is less than Z. And that translates to -4.40. We're going to do an open sign, open circle, and we're going to go to the right. So there's the attention to detail. That's the experience. If we can be efficient like that, that's going to save and shave off time, valuable time, especially on these assessments, on these standardized tests, placement tests. That's big. All right. Now, we're always going to move the variable. When we have two variables, we're not going to deal with the constants first. We're going to deal with the variables first. So I'm going to move the -4n over, and that's 5 plus 2n is greater than 8. We'll subtract 5. 2n is greater than 3. Divide by 2. n is greater than 3/2. That's okay, just because it's a fraction doesn't make it any less. Open circle going to the right on 3/2. Okay, so that shouldn't be any more challenging. We're going to move the variables first. -6h, -6h. We notice that the variables cancel out, and it leaves me with a number statement. That number statement is true. -18 is less than 1, so my solutions are going to be all real numbers. And then it says graph it. So if we're going to graph all real numbers, we're going to draw a line above our number line and represents every single number on the number line. Number 7. We're going to move, let's move the 4 p's over here. We get 7p plus 4 is greater than or equal to 25. minus 4. 7p is greater than or equal to 21. Divide by 7. P is greater than or equal to 3. Let's graph this. 0, 3, closed circle, going to the right is our solution. This is a good one. So let's simplify. We should always simplify the sides before we do any moving. And now we're going to move the j's. We get a statement 6 is less than negative 2. That is false. 6 is not less. So my answer is no solution. All right, hey, here we go. Okay, so let's see this. If you don't want to distribute, which you shouldn't be adverse to because 12 times 1/4 is easy. That's a cross canceling. But we can divide by 3, divide by 3. And that's just dividing the 12 and this. It doesn't touch the other things outside because guess who walked into the room? That was a really lame one. All right, Chewbacca's here. So this simplifies to 4 times 1/4 w plus 3 is less than or equal to w minus 4. And now we can distribute. That leaves me with w plus 12 is less than or equal to w minus 4. We're going to subtract the w's. We get 12 is less than or equal to negative 4, which is, again, false. So my answer is no solution. All right, now we are not going to, we're going to simplify, and we're going to simplify two ways. On the left side, we're going to simplify because they are like terms. And on the right side, we are going to simplify by distributing. So there are no efficiencies, any shortcuts. That's going to give me 2x plus 5.8 is greater than, that's going to give me 2x plus 3.6. Mr. Mack, you didn't even use a calculator. No, because 4 times 9 is 36. And then I just moved the decimal one place for the decimal value. It really is that easy. Okay? And now we're going to move the variables. Minus 2x. We get 5.8 is greater than 3.6, which is true. So it's all real numbers. And we can graph that by, don't forget to graph for all real numbers. Make sure that you're writing your graph. I will minus points if you don't have that. All right. You want an average of at least 124 points each game of bowling. You have one game left to play. How many points do you need to score the last game to achieve your goal? So I want an average of 124. So this has to be greater than, and it is going to be 118 plus 98 plus 142 plus my mystery game. I'm going to name it M divided by 4. That creates an average. This is an average. The sum of all the games divided by the number of games would give me, we want that average to be more than 124 of at least. Okay, so we get 124 is less than or equal to, oh, let's get the calculator. Mr. Mack's going to use a calculator. Just 118 plus 98 plus 142 gives him 358 plus the mystery game divided by 4. Now we have to solve it by getting rid of the 4. We can't add or subtract the 358 because Chewbacca, a vinculum, is just like Chewbacca. That's a grouping symbol. So 4 times 1, 24, 16, 8, 9, 496. Oh, let's do it. 124 times 4, checking. 496, less than or equal to 358 plus m minus 358 minus 358 minus 358 gives me 138. So that mystery game, I need to bowl. That's a WL. I need to bowl at least 138 or more on my last game. I don't know if that's good, easy, or hard. I'm not a bowler, so, but I do enjoy bowling. All right, well, it's within his reach. 142 is his max, so clearly he can do at least 138. Sound good? Makes sense? Good. Okay, let's try number 12. 12 is not the last. We got a whole bunch more. Internet provider A charges $42 for the equipment and $75 each month. Internet provider B charges $30 for the equipment and $82 each month. For what numbers of months is the total cost less with provider A with provider B? Ooh, this is called a systems of equation. So we could literally graph this. We could do a couple things. We can do charts. So let's do probably the one that you're going to. So let's do months and cost. So after 1 month, internet provider charges 42 plus 75 for 1 month. So that's going to give us 117 for month 1. Month 2 is going to be 42 plus 75 times 2, which is 42 plus 150, which gives us 192 for 2 months. 3 months, 42 plus 75 times 3, which is 42 plus 225. 12, yeah, which is 267. So let's just stay there. Now let's do provider B. Provider B, months, cost, and provider B for month 1 is 30 for the equipment and 82. So that is going to be 112 for the first month. Second month is going to be 30 plus 82 times 2, which gives us 30 plus 164, which is 194. I think we're jumping up there real quick. And 3 months is going to be 30 plus 82 times 3, which is 30 plus 246, which is 276. So, well, so which one's better? So B is going to be better in the first month, and then A is going to be better from that point on. Yeah, so that monthly cost is going to make a huge impact after the second month. So for what numbers of months is the total cost less with provider A? For what number of months when months is greater than 1, or we'll say greater than or equal to 1? Yeah, greater than or equal, or 2, excuse me, because it wouldn't be 1. So it wouldn't be equal to, so it has to be 2 or more months. With provider B, it's going to be just the first month. Okay, so that's going to be our answer there. So as I was saying, you could do an equation. So let's look at Desmos while we've got Desmos. Desmos, we can do this fun thing. Let's graph, not graph and count. Okay, so we have cost equals what was our numbers? Hold on. 42 and 75. So 42 plus 75m, and that creates that graph. So the total cost equals $42 plus $75 a month. And then the other one is C equals, what was it? $30 plus 80 a month. Let's switch those. Let's do Y, X. No, let's do, I bet you that's going to be better. X. No, we were good. So we can do C and M. All right, so that's interesting that we're in the negative space way, way early. But after, because let's do my increments. Yeah, but that's not a great increment. Well, that's not fun. Let's, this isn't, so can I access? Yes, let's do options. I don't want logarithmic. This is failing miserably, but there's 2 months there. Let's find 1 month, and I think we're on the blue. So 1 month is going to be $110. 1 month is 110. 110. Did I use the wrong, or did I calculate it correctly? Whoopsies. Let's see that again. 1 is 110. Did I do some math, some bad math? Oh, I did 80 instead of 82. Sorry. 82. There we go. Now, let's do that. Let's look at 1. Sorry. 1 is 112, right? So that's a good one. 1 is 112. And I guess we got to get really close. Yeah, look how close they are. Where does it jump over? Are they getting closer? No, they're getting further apart. Oh, yeah, of course, because it's going to be after 1 month that those lines intersect and change. Let's keep going. This is worth it. Be patient. Be patient. So you see that they're getting even more and more closer because 1 is becoming less advantageous. Whoa, look at them. They're almost on top of each other and switching. That's blue. Yeah, I wish we could find the intersecting point. And you know how you can find the intersecting point? Well, this isn't working very well. But you could have graphed it, and you see that the graph is way too hard. But you can do systems, which would give you the exact time, the specific value that it intersects. So, but that's cool. Sorry, that took a little time, a little sideways, but you will utilize graphs. B. Provider B decreases the monthly cost by 8%. So B decreases by 8%. So how do we find 8% of $82? There's a number of ways we can do this. All right. So the easiest way is 8% is 0.8 as a decimal. Of means multiplication, and 82. So we would multiply 0.8 clear on clear 0.08 times 82 gives me $6.56. So we're going to subtract $82 from $6.56. And we get $75.44 now per month. Per month that they're charging for what numbers of months is the total cost less with provider A with provider B. So we're going to do that same thing, and our A values are going to stay the same. It's our B values that now are going to change. So we'll just do our H chart again. Months cost. So after 1 month, we get $30 plus $75.44, which gives us $105.44. After 2 months, it's 30 plus 75 75.44 times 2. And let's multiply that by 2, and we get 30 plus 150 and 88 cents, which is 180.88. And 3 months is going to be 30 plus 75.44 times 3, which is 75.44 gives us, which is 75.44 times 3 gives us that. So 30 plus 2, 26.32, which gives us a total cost of 256.32. Now let's check out those values. So after one month it's 105. So still beats 117. So provider B is better in the first month. So this is better. Now let's look at the second month and see. So second month is 192. 192. So this is better in the second month. And now let's look at the third month is 267. 267. And this is better after 3 months too. So we would have to continue to go and see if 4 months, but I think that it is. I'm going to take a gander and say that the first 3 months is going to be better. That sounds better to me. Let me make sure for the equipment, each month, months, total monthly cost each month. Good. So we don't want to get into the mix-up of years. When they throw years in there, that would be a little tricky. All right. Next problem. This area, the area of the rectangle is at least 140 square centimeters. Okay. So the area is at least 140 square centimeters. Find the possible values of x. That is length times width. This is the length times the width is 10. So we are going to have to distribute into there. So we get 140 is less than or equal to 30x. Oh, we could have divided. Oh, let's do that. Let's do the really, we could distribute, but let's be smart and efficient. So we get 14 is less than 3x plus 2. Oh, look how good we are. Minus 2 is 12 is less than or equal to 3x divided by 3. So 4. So x must be greater than or equal to 4 centimeters or more. Look how good we were there. Yes. That was really good. Okay, find the value of k, which the solutions of the inequality, blah, 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 are all real numbers. So if it's all real numbers, we know that the variables cancel, and it produces a true statement. So what value can we plug in that will cancel and make it equal to that? So, well, that's going to be 3, right? 3, negative 3 would make this negative 3 times 4r minus 5. So that would be negative 12r plus 15. So we see that the variables cancel. And we're left with 15 is greater than or equal to negative 9, which is a true value. So 3 works. Negative 3, excuse me. Negative 3 is the value. That works. That's the only one that would cancel out that variable. So, and that would produce all real numbers. That's a nice fun one. Find the value of k so that the inequality has no solution. Okay, so now, oh, look at that. How crazy is that? All right. Oh, look at all these k's around here. Yeesh. Wow, okay. So I don't know. I kind of want to say 6. I don't know. So for every k, so if let's do systems of elimination. What if k was 1? Let's just see where it goes. It's got my head wrapped a little bit. So that's not going to cancel it. So you got 2x and you got 3x. So how is that going to move? So let's do, kind of think, no. So let's try 2. What if we did 2? That would be x minus 3 times 2 times 2x plus 4 plus 3 times 2x. So that's 4x minus 6. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it has to be a negative number, but that's going to be interesting. So that's 2x plus 4 plus 6x, and that's just getting larger. So that was a 3 difference. Yeah, that's a 4 difference. So we're moving in the wrong direction. Ooh. No, it can't be 0 because 0 would leave me with 2x. All right, maybe a fraction. Maybe a fraction. Wow, this is good. This is super challenging. You know, I'll tell you my first inkling. Yeah, let's just 0. Okay, let's try a negative number for k. Let's see what that produces. So I told you that's my inkling. Plus 4 plus 3 times negative 1x. So that's negative 2x plus 3, 2x plus 4 minus 3x. All right, we're getting closer. So notice this produces negative x. So we're closer. So let's do one more. Let's try negative 2. Plus 3 times negative 2 times x. So this is negative 4x plus 6, 2x plus 4 minus 6x. Look at that. That's negative 4x plus 4, and that's negative 4x plus 6. If we move the 4x's now, we get 6 is less than 4. That's false. And no solution, so x, not x, k, needs to equal negative 2. Woo! Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued because I wanted to try another little technique, but that worked. I liked it. It was totally, but sometimes we got to swing, and sometimes we got to try a couple of numbers, and then we notice how we get closer and closer to a solution. It's not the most efficient way, and Mr. Mac talks about efficiency all the time, but sometimes we got to do a little bit of brute force. All right, good luck.